So December 9th, progress with Monteith. We were able to finish the storm drainage up above earlier in the week. So we started to excavate for the steam line. They went down a foot deeper they were going to put some stone under the steam line, which was approved for some drainage. And noticed unsuitable materials. No bank run. We found bank run over there. Good stable materials. We haven't found what looks to be like that. So it's a clay base down into there. So the site contractor is stopped. We're going to do an immediate email. I've got a call into Ty and Bond. Most likely we'll have a geotech or a design to come up with some structural fill. It's just a utility. It's not a building structure. And then we'll go from there. The contractor can jump over to storm drainage, but this is the critical utility that needs to come in for heat in the building. Monteith, December 9th, progress. We poured the first 3 footings on the north side for the shear walls today. We had Builders Concrete, Modern Pump, and three guys from Universal. We had the structural engineer here today. We had the building official, and we had Hacks, the independent tester, who took slump tests, air entrainment readings, and along with the cylinders. So our first set of cylinders were coming out for today. The total pour today was 10 yards. Okay, the second set right over here. So it's been placed. They'll come back and finish it in a few minutes. Of course, the rebar was inspected also, and they'll be placing the third one coming up in the next few minutes. Monteith progress, December 9th. You can see the electrician's just about completed on his service conduits coming in to the electrical room. He's got a little bit more work to do over there, getting ready to cast it in place. Very nice. This hole is 5 foot 5 inches deep, so perfect. Shoring holding up excellent. Monteith progress, December 9th. So we're over here taking a look. So the last and final shear wall footing was excavated this week. And I also want to get you a little photo here. We're taking a look at the plumbing, the wet wall here on the first floor. And there was some talk earlier whether or not this was a chase, and you can see that it is a chase all the way up. We are open all the way up through the 4th floor on this wet wall location. We are on Monteith continuing. Today is Thursday, December 10th. Well, we're continuing the storm drainage from manhole 5, and they are continuing to have to, hammer the rock on our way out. We're hoping that we come out of the rock as we get closer to Whitney Road, but we are still hammering 5+ feet from the bottom of the trench up. December 10th, just to continue on our progress for the week, we had an excellent visit this morning by Hacks with an engineer representing the geotechnical engineer. Came out, took a look at the soils on the steam line. We communicated this sketch on the wall verbally. This is going to come out into his report later on today. Gives the contractor direction from a holdup of yesterday, I don't know, early morning, 11 o'clock, something like that. So he still can't really go on. He's going to order his Marafi paper and his stone to go through that. But that was an excellent resolution, and the engineer is going to come back out on Monday to witness the stability of the trench. This is for the steam line, after it's completed again on Monday. So the contractor, in order to keep going on the steam line that's critical, will most likely end up working a portion of Saturday to be able to get through this area of unsuitable soils to keep rolling along. December 10th, continuing with our progress for the week. We're in the first floor. We're in the typical office area. The electrician's doing a mock-up this week to kind of show how specifically the boxes that go back to back. The drawing was kind of showing the boxes actually back to back, but that's not going to work. They're going to end up going side to side. Should not be a problem, but this way one wall serves both offices with power and data. the conduit is the raceway to pull the data telecom at a later date. So they just want to get clarification on that before they go and start producing masses, because they're all the same all the way down in through here. Continuing with our progress, December 10th, this is for the Schenker auditorium, and you can see the mechanicals have pretty much demoed out. All the chairs are out. They're preparing containment for the minor amount of asbestos removal that has to come out of here. Will be towards the end of the week. Project December 10th, progress for the week. We're on the second floor here. The only real changes between last week and this week is the mechanical trades are hitting the perimeter heating loop pretty heavy, 2-inch copper pro press fittings. They're doing the mains on both sides. On the north wing are pretty strong, and they haven't got to the south wing yet. Progress for the week. We're on the third floor of the Monteith building here, and there really has not been too much of a change from here to last week. So the mechanical trades are really concentrating on the first and the second floor. But while we're here, this came up earlier this week. On the wet wall for the bathrooms over here, this chase is open all the way down through into the first floor. So this area is going to be rated. It's either rated walls and shaft all the way down, or we have to add a concrete slab once the plumbing is put into there. Fourth floor, Monteith project. Continuing with our progress report. December 10th for the week. The change between last week and this week is the containment's been removed. The air test was completed. The asbestos abatement is done, and the framers already started up in here. Latest track down on the north side over here, and on the south side over here. They're loading their studs in, so this will be framed up later this week. December 10th, progress for the week. We're going to continue with our report. We're down here in the basement. This is the location where the steam lines are coming into it. So next week, from what I understand, this whole wall gets covered with the PRV, the pressure reducing valve station, and I understand that's being assembled in the shop. It should be out here next week. We just broke through a resolution on the outside that we talked about earlier. The steam pipes will be going in on Monday. So this week here, we also had Otis Elevator was down here to demo the car and to demo the machine room, which was great. They had some free time, came in here, took all of their gear out of these areas. This space is actually going to be used for some mechanicals coming up. This is the infamous shaft that we've been talking about, where all the mechanicals are going to try to get in here. This shaft runs straight up for the next the 4 floors, and there's an RFI written, for this shaft to be terminated. This wall will have to end up being rated. Will probably, most likely, wasn't on the contract drawings. Will be addition to the contract. On our progress from Monteith, today's December 10th. Yesterday the footings were poured. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow the walls will be poured. Most likely these 3 walls on the north wing here, and the footing on the south wing for the shear walls, which will be great because we should be able to backfill equal sides next week on